What is the best way to negotiate with a seller? How do you get the best price for the home? In other words, like what are some tactics and things you can do to make sure you're really getting a quality purchase? So understand, I am not a licensed real estate professional. I have bought lots of real estate. I've done lots of real estate, and I've been around it more than I care to admit after 20 years of doing mortgages. In my opinion, doing your homework up front, knowing what a home's really, really worth in terms of market and what it's worth to terms of you, to you, meaning in terms of financial and emotional investment. I think those are two different things. And I think the real key is getting a high quality, amazing, great realtor involved. And that is super hard to find. No disrespect to the thousands, tens of thousands that are out there. The reality is, I think, like in any industry, I think there's great and there's lots of good and there's probably some bad, but the greats are going to make it all worth it. So find a great realtor, and there's a whole, we'll put a link somewhere around here about how I think you should select a realtor. But get somebody who really knows the market, knows the area, and knows the property. You guys walk the property, walk the condition, see what's there, what deferred maintenance is needed, all those things, and consider that when you put in your offer. So let's say you put in the offer, they accept. And there are times where I've done this too, where I put in the offer and it's a little more than I truly want, but we just have some information or some inkling or some belief that maybe the sellers aren't going to be quite realistic out of the gate. So we'll put in the offer, pay our option money, 100, 300 bucks, whatever it is. And then we do our inspections. We don't just do the normal inspections. We do all the inspections. So I know when I bought a house, I spent, I think it was like $2 or $3 grand on inspections, like all different kinds. And we were able to go back and renegotiate and take about 15 grand off the sales price. It was a big house, don't get me wrong. So it's not like a 100 grand house, but it was a big house, big number. I think it was like 800 or something like that. But point is, we were able to take off 15 grand. So paying 3 grand really helped us. And that was closer to the number we wanted. I still would even argue at that time, I might have paid a touch more than what I maybe could have gotten it for because there were other people circling. But again, as I said, from out of the gate, you got to make sure the house is worth what you're willing to pay for it for your purpose. Again, if it's a financial investment, like an investment property, it's a lot more cut and dry. I hit this number and it works or it doesn't. If it's one that you're going to raise your family in and spend the next holiday, 12 holiday seasons there, I might be willing to pay for it because I've been looking for 6 months, can't find the right house. And so therefore, I'm not willing to negotiate quite so hard. So in terms of tactics and what things can you do, I think know the area, understand what deferred maintenance is there, ask the listing question, or maybe when you submit something, say, hey, just want to let you know, like normally we would pay X, but here's the things we see and believe that could be wrong. This is why we're not. Maybe give them some reason that you're not just trying to be a jerk about it. You're just trying to come in as an educated and informed consumer. I think that's the real benefit of trying to negotiate up front. Certainly there's stuff you can do after the inspection comes in and go back and beat them up. But I think just doing your homework up front is the right answer. If you need anything, again, I'm not a licensed professional. If you need or want a licensed real estate professional, call us. We have some really good ones we can recommend. If you have other questions, just in general, reach out to us because the Mortgage Mark team is here to help. And as always, when you think mortgage, think Mark.